Hi friends, welcome to Guru Gyanam. It's all about home science. To perform any activity, we need some resources, and we all know that resources are limited, so it is necessary to manage the resources. Resource management is the process by which we manage various resources effectively. These resources can be time, can be equipment, can be energy, can be any material or money, anything. So today's topic is management of resources. This is part 1 of this topic. Let's begin and just take a look on learning objective. After watching this video, you will be able to know the concept of resources, identify various resources, types and classification of resources and characteristics of resources. So every day we carry out various activity like studying, playing, cleaning, cooking, traveling, etc. For completing any activity, we need one or more of the following. What we need? That is time, energy, money for purchasing required material, knowledge, interest, and motivation. Sometimes we need skill, strength, and aptitude to perform any duty. Material goods like paper, pen, pencil, colors, etc. We need water and air in many activities, and sometimes we require school building. So all of the above have one thing in common. What is common is that is they are resources which help us to complete our task or achieve our goal. So resources are anything which we make use of while carrying out any activity. They help us in accomplishing our goals, or we can say resources may be described as the thing that help us to perform a task or complex our goals. We may need more of a certain resources for a particular activity as compared to other resources. For example, to organize a birthday party, we need more money. Probably we need more money as a one of the resource in comparison to other resources. Clear? Anything which is not used by us is not a resource. However, it may be a resource to someone else. For example, if you have a bicycle and don't use since long, then this is not a resource for you. That was a waste for you. But maybe it will be resource for any other person who will be needy for that. जिसको ज़रूरत है, जिसको साइकिल चाहिए, वो उसके लिए रिसोर्स है, बट वो आपके लिए रिसोर्स नहीं है क्योंकि आपके लिए कोई यूज़ नहीं है उसका. Isn't it? Strength and ability are also resources. So this is two more, your strength and your ability of doing any work, that is also a kind of resource. Now just take a look on the types of resources. Resources are of following two types, that is human resources and non-human resources. Human resources are knowledge, energy, time, skill and ability, interest of a person and attitude or aptitude of that person. And non-human resources are money and physical goods. Beside this, when we are going to classify the resources, then resources can be classified in following ways, that is human and non-human resources, individual and shared resources, and natural and community resources. So what is human resources? Human resources are central to carrying out any activity. They can be developed through training and self-development. Clear? So, human resources are the capacity and characteristics of an individual which can be used only by the person who possesses them. Is it clear? Then time. Time is a human resource. Because human resources are mandatory to carry out any type of activity. Without human resource, we can't do any activity. They can be developed through proper training and self-development. For example, knowledge about a specific field or task can be acquired. A skill may be developed, which further help to develop aptitude for particular tasks. Some of the important human resources are, as I told you, that is time. It is resource available for everyone equally. This is the only resource जो सभी के लिए इक्वल है. 24 आवर पर डे. इससे 1 मिनट किसी के पास ज़्यादा नहीं है ना कम है. इट इज़ अ मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज बिकॉज एक बार ये 24 आवर आपके आज के ख़त्म हो गए, आप कल इसे नहीं ला सकते हो. यू कैन नॉट स्टोर कि आज के मैं 10 आवर्स स्टोर करके कल के दिन में यूज़ कर लूँ. क्लियर? सो इट इज़ मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज. Managing time is a specific period and attaining the goals is very important. So time can be tough off in terms of 3 dimensions: work time, non-work time, and rest or leisure time. Clear? We need to learn and balance time across these 3 dimensions in order to be able to accomplish one's goals. अगर हमने अपने 3 डायमेंशंस, टाइम के 3 डायमेंशन, दैट इज वर्क टाइम, नॉन वर्क टाइम एंड रेस्ट टाइम और लेजर टाइम, इनको अगर बैलेंस करके नहीं चलते हैं तो मे बी हम अपने गोल को अचीव नहीं कर पाएंगे. वी शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ पीक पीरियड when you are the best able to work and use this precious resources effectively to accomplish your goal. Every day you have a peak hour, जब आपको बहुत ज़्यादा वर्कलोड होता है तो उस टाइम पर वो पीक पीरियड को आपको मैनेज करने की ज़रूरत होती है, तभी आप अपने गोल को अचीव कर पाएंगे. क्लियर? So balancing all 3 dimensions help the individual to be physically fit, emotionally strong and intellectually alert. Now, next is knowledge. Knowledge is the familiarity and awareness or understanding of anything, like information, description or skills acquired through experience or education, that is knowledge. Knowledge helps in selection of suitable alternatives. It is a resource one uses throughout her or his life and is a prerequisite resource for carrying out any activity successfully. So one needs to be open to acquiring knowledge throughout his or her life because there is no limit to enhance knowledge. ज्ञान के लिए कोई उम्र नहीं होती, कोई समय नहीं होता है. For example, a teacher must have knowledge of subject he or she teaching. A child should know the rules of the games he is playing. Isn't it? आप जो भी काम कर रहे हो उसकी नॉलेज होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. विदाउट नॉलेज आप किसी भी टास्क को कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाओगे. इफ़ यू आर डूइंग होम मैनेजमेंट, you must know how to save your time and energy, how to use the energy saving devices judiciously, how to care clothes. It is very important. Clear? Next one is skill. Skill is defined as the ability to do something well, expertise. No one person is skilled to perform all activities. किसी में कुछ स्किल्स होती हैं कुछ एक्टिविटी करने की, दूसरे में कुछ और एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं. सो स्किल इज़ वन सच रिसोर्स विच मेक्स कंप्लीशन ऑफ वन टास्क ईजियर. इफ़ यू हैव स्किल टू डू एनी टास्क, आप आसानी से कर सकते हो. For example, if you have to cook food, क्लियर? आपको खाना बनाना है, यू मस्ट बी स्किल्ड, आपको खाना बनाना आना चाहिए, तभी आप इजीली बना पाओगे, तभी आप उसे कम से कम टाइम को यूटिलाइज करके, कम से कम एनर्जी को वेस्ट करके बना पाओगे। अदरवाइज आप उतने अच्छे से नहीं कर पाओगे, यू विल बी डू बट उतने अच्छे से नहीं कर पाओगे। So there are so many examples. Similarly, if a housewife has household skill, then she can manage her house in much better way as compared to a lady who don't have such skill. So strength can be defined as the quality or state of being physically or mentally strong. A person who possesses such resources is in a much better position to handle various pressures of life. So, skill, strength, and aptitude must be required to perform any duty. What is aptitude? It can be defined as a natural ability to do something. Every person has an aptitude in certain areas. Next one is energy. For sustaining individual growth and physical output, energy is essential. Energy levels vary from person to person according to their physical fitness, mental condition, personality, age, family background, and their standard of living. To conserve energy and to use it most effectively, one must carefully think and plan through the activity so that one can complete the task effectively. Next one is motivation, interest. There is a common saying, where there is a will, there is a way. जहाँ चाह वहाँ राह. This indicates that to accomplish any task, the worker must be motivated and interested to doing it. Without interest, you cannot do anything. For example, if a student is not interested in learning a task, he or she may make excuses and not finish the task even when other resources are available to them. We may pursue dance, painting, reading, art, etc., and other hobbies as per our motivations. Next one is interest. Interest generate capacity, ability and motivation automatically. When you are interested to do anything, आपको किसी काम करने में interest है, अपने आप you will be able to do that, you will be motivated to do that, no one need to motivate you. For example, a housewife with an interest in cooking may cook nutritious food economically and in lesser time. Interest in studies help to pass an examination easily. Next one is attitude. An attitude is expression of favor or disfavor towards a person, place, things or an event. Positive attitude help in attaining goals, whereas negative attitude is a hindrance. So always we must have a positive attitude when we are going to perform any task. A positive attitude towards a job helps in performing it without any hindrance. From negative perspective, the person becomes pessimistic, who adversely affected his work capacity and achievements of goal. Now next is non-human resources. Non-human resources are physical resources which are generated by human through their ability and skills. So there are following type of non-human resources, that is money. The importance of money as a resource in human life can be judged from economic benefits. We all require this resource, but it is not equally distributed among us. Some have less of this resource as compared to others. We need to remember that money is a limited resource and must be spent judiciously to fulfill our requirement. Isn't it? Next resource is material resources, space, furniture, clothes, stationery, food items, etc. are some of the material resources. We require these resources to carry out many activities. Now next is individual and shared resources. Individual resources are those resources which are available to an individual for his personal use only. These can be human and non-human resources. Our own skill, knowledge, time, personal items, our clothes are some of the example of individual resources. Next one is shared resources. These are resources which are available to many members of the community or society. Shared resources can be a natural resource or can be a community resources. For example, sunlight, air, community park, public libraries are some example of shared resources. One more classification of resources is there, that is natural and community resources. Natural resources are those resources which available in nature like water, mountain, air, etc. These are available to all of us. In order to protect our environment, each one of us has responsibility to use judiciously these resources, because these are also limited resources. Next one is community resources. Community resources are those assets which are available for a common use to fulfill certain needs of those around them. These assets can be people, places, structure and community services. In other words, all those facilities that are provided to individual as a member of the community or society as a whole are known as community resources. So just take a look on different community resources. There is a school. School is very important for the community because the members of the community are educated through it. Next one is parks. Parks are necessary for reducing pollution, providing clean air and pleasant atmosphere. They play an important role in the mental and physical health of the members of the community. Next one is hospitals. Is one of the most important community resource. Here people are treated for their physical and mental ailments. Next one is roads and railway tracks. These are also a community resource. We need these resources to go one place to another place. Next one is public transportation like bus, taxi, scooter, train, aeroplanes, etc. are also the community resources. Next one is electricity. That is an integral part of our life and we are dependent on it. All appliances like our air conditioner, cooler, refrigerator, fan in summers and heaters in winter run on electricity. Therefore, conservation of electricity is very important. And next community resource is library. Libraries are great source of knowledge and should be used for enhancing and updating one's knowledge. Now characteristics of resources. Now what are the characteristics of resources? Resources can be categorized in various ways, but all resources have some common characteristics such as utility. Utility means the importance or usefulness of a resource in helping one to achieve a goal. Whether or not a resource has utility depends on the goal and the situation. For example, cow dung is considered waste. However, it can be used as a fuel and can also be used to prepare humus, like humus means manure. Proper use of important resources available to a family or community leads to greater satisfaction. Next one is accessibility. Accessibility refers to ability to access. Accessibility of resources varies from person to person and from time to time. Like some resources are easily available as compared to other. For example, sun energy, sunlight is easily available as compared to other energy like nuclear energy. Next one is some resources may be um, more easily available to certain people as compared to other. For example, specialized medical facilities are easily available to rich people as compared to poor people. Availability of resources changes over time. For example, earlier kerosene oil was easily available, but now it is hardly available anywhere. Isn't it? Next one is resources are interchangeable, yani that is interchangeability of resources. Almost all resources have substitutes. If one resource is not available, it can be substituted by other. For example, if your school bus does not arrive on time to pick you up, you can go to school in your own car, by tractor, by bullock cart, or by scooter. Thus, the same function can be performed by the number of resources. Next one is resources are manageable. Almost every resources can be managed. Since resources are limited, they should be managed properly and effectively for their best utilization. Resources should be used in a way that maximize output can be obtained from minimum output. For example, we should avoid using 2-3 buckets of water to wash clothes if we can wash them using one bucket. So, this is all about part 1 of management of resources. So, don't forget to subscribe my channel and press bell button. If you like, then press like button and share as much as you can. Thanks for watching Guru Gyanam. It's all about home science. Thank you so much, and let's ready for part 2.